You finally practiced, you've studied hard, and it's finally the day of your exam. You've booked your date, you've gotten all your documents ready, and it is time for the exam. From my experience, the first thing I would say you should do on your exam day, please guys, rest. Make sure you sleep the night before your exam. I wouldn't advise you doing an all-nighter to study before the exam. Make sure you studied properly the day before and other days before your exam. So the night before your exam, just have a good time. Sleep. For me, I went out with my cohorts. We went to have Filipino food and it was such a good time. We had such a good time that night. We went back to our hotels and we just slept. When you wake up in the morning after you shower, please have something to eat. Do not go write this exam on an empty stomach because the exam is 3 hours, guys. Imagine writing a very stressful exam for 3 hours without eating. You're gonna collapse. Your brain is not gonna function properly. You need all the carbs you can get. You need all the energy you can get to be able to think properly and for your brain to function. So make sure you eat before your exam. The third thing I would say, which you should have done in the first place, is make sure all your documents are complete on the day of your exam. After you apply for your exam, there's going to be a list of the documents you need to provide and bring to your test center. Make sure you have all those documents in your hand, in an envelope, ready to go. Inside your bag if you're carrying a bag, or if you're a guy and you're not carrying a bag, in your envelope in your hand. Make sure everything is prepared, everything is ready. If you need a water bottle, make sure it doesn't have any label on it, unless they will not let you go in with your water bottle. So get your water bottle, get all your documents ready, dress smartly in your uniform or your scrubs or whatever is comfortable and accepted by the NMC. You can go through their website also and see the dress code. Please make sure you go to your test center on time. Let's say your exam is at 9:30. I would advise that you be there at 8. I know I'm being extra. 8:30. Okay, 8:30. So you can just get conversant with the environment and calm your nerves. You know, if you are in a hurry and you get there late and you already see people already checking in, they're already checking their documents, you're gonna panic and you're gonna forget everything that you learned. So get there on time. An hour before the time is okay. And then you can get conversant with your environment to calm your nerves, take deep breaths, walk around. There would be some equipment outside in the waiting area. Get conversant with the equipment, because the BP machine, for example, might not be the same one you've been using to practice at home. That's the blood pressure machine. If you have questions about anyone, call the staff there and say, please, how do I use it? How do I put this on? That is not tested. You have the chance now to get used to all the equipment before getting into the exam hall. So please take advantage of that, guys. I remember on my exam day, my colleagues and I got there way before time, like, I don't know, an hour or so before time. So we had all the equipment there and all of us just said, oh, what do we do? Even things that we knew, we said, how do you put on this machine? So, okay. We had like blood sugar monitoring. So how do you use this? We already know how to use it, but we just wanted to be sure that we knew how to use their own equipment. After that, it will be time to check your documents. They'll call you guys one by one and then they'll start checking your documents. As I said, you already made sure your documents are complete, so you don't need to panic at this point. You're going to take a passport photograph and then you're going to take your documents. Everything is complete. You're going to tick it off and you're good to go, right? So it's finally time to write your exam. They're going to call you one by one. They're going to go to your different rooms to write your exam. When you get into the room, try to take deep breaths. For me, I just kept doing, because I knew I had practiced. I knew what I was doing, right? But sometimes the nerves can just take away all your knowledge. So just calm your nerves, take deep breaths. And then try to be friendly with your assessor. If your assessor is friendly, you can try to say hi, greet them, you know, make it a very friendly environment. My assessor was Filipino, was a man, and he was so nice. Contrary to the opinion of my other Filipino friends saying that if we get a Filipino assessor, they are quite strict, but it was not like that at all. He was really, really nice. So now it's finally time to start the exam. The assessor is going to hand you your case scenario, and now it's time to start. Guys, take advantage of the first 2 minutes to read through the case scenario, please. A lot of people, because of the panic of the timer is now going, they just rush and start the skill immediately. That's not a good idea. You can miss a lot of important points if you go straight to doing the procedure. Make sure you take the first minute or two to just read through your scenario, get conversant with it, understand if this patient has Alzheimer's or this patient has dementia, little things like that. Maybe the patient has not eaten for 5 days, or little things that you might just miss out. Make sure you get all this information and then you can start your procedure. When you have started your procedure, please make sure you talk to your patient, not to the assessor. That's one mistake a lot of people do. During the exam, instead of treating the examination, like a real scenario in the hospital, they keep talking to the assessor, and the assessor is definitely not going to pass you if you do that, because you are so distracted. They want to see how you will act in the clinical setting. They want to see your communication skills. They want to see your holistic care of your patient. So make sure you are talking to the patient as if you are in the clinical setting. Forget that your assessor is there. Treat your patient like he or she is your main focus. Whatever questions you have, take it to the patient. And if it's a question that you know that the patient might not know, and is like a general question that the assessor can answer, maybe for example about the timing or something, then you can relay to the assessor. But any other question about the scenario, any other question about how the patient is feeling, address it to the patient. After each skill, the assessor is going to tell you to go out while they prepare for the next skill. Take a deep breath, drink your water in this time, and just calm your nerves. If you're a Christian, just pray. If you're a Muslim, pray, or whatever you believe in, just whatever helps you to calm your nerves. If you need to meditate or whatever, just calm your nerves. Every time I went out after a skill, I just sat down on the floor because there was no chair outside. I literally sat down on the floor, took deep breaths, and said, God help me. I remember I was in the next room for one of my colleagues, Gigi. I love her so much. We did the same thing, literally. At a point, we came out at the same time from our rooms for the next skill. We just sat down on the floor, looked at each other. It's so nerve-wracking, guys. And imagine doing an exam for 3 hours, standing, going up and down for 3 hours, trying to remember all the skills for 3 hours. It's a really nerve-wracking exam. But it's possible. You can pass it, guys. It's just the little things, just practicing over and over and making sure you don't make any mistakes. If there's anything I missed out, guys, please leave a comment in the comment section, ask me your questions, and I'll make another video to answer those questions. But these are the things that I did, and this is what helped me pass my exam on the first try. All right, guys, see you in my next video. Bye.